What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So, today I want to talk about Drake's new album, Certified Lover Boy. But first off, hit the subscribe button, throw me some likes, throw me some comments. Let's get a conversation started. So here we go. So Drake's Lover Boy was released September 3rd of 2021, and from what I can see, it is his sixth studio album. Now, for those that don't know Drake, you may be living under a rock. He is the king of memes. Everybody uses the meme where he's kind of doing this. So yeah, he's a huge Toronto Raptors fan. You can always see him at the games, and some of his albums are some of the best stuff that's come out in recent years. But I wanted to just talk about this album because it's getting a lot of press. People are talking about it, and some of you may be wondering why I chose to listen to this. You may think this is not in my wheelhouse or whatever, but this channel is about music, and it's about the love of music. And for me, I love all kinds of music. That's why I implore people to reach out, let me know what they're listening to, let me know what they think. So when this came across my new releases, I gave it a listen. And I've been listening to it since it came out on and off just to try to get a feel for it. So here's my take on it. So, is this Drake's best work in my opinion? I don't really think so. Is this something that I would hand you for you to get into Drake? No. Like I said, I don't really think this is his best work, and that's just me. So let me give you my top three off of this album, see if you agree. So number three, I'm going to have to say is You Only Live Twice. Now, You Only Live Twice is number 18 off of this album, and it runs 3 minutes and 33 seconds. Now, by the way, this album has 21 songs on it and runs an hour and 26 minutes. That's a lot. They average about 4 minutes per song. For an album to sit through and listen to that's a lot of music. It's a lot of jam, but that's all right. So like I said, my top three. So number three is You Only Live Twice, featuring Lil Wayne and Rick Ross. Now, listening to this, I'm not a huge fan of Lil Wayne, but I'm a big fan of Rick Ross. I respect his flow. I respect what he does. And just the lyrics in this, I respect what Drake's trying to get across. We'll talk about lyrics here in just a second. For the third song, or the second song that I would pick off of this, it would have to be TSU. Now, TSU is number 8 on the album, and it does run 5 minutes and 8 seconds. This track really caught my attention just with the music in the track, the use of some of the studio effects that they used on this. I think this is a great track. I think it's a great track to roll slow to. It sounds great in the car. So that's my number 2 pick off of this album. Now, my number 1 pick is the number 2 song on the album, and it's Poppy's Home. 2 minutes and 58 seconds. Now, why would I choose this? I feel like this is the most insightful song on the album from Drake. I get that he's talking about he hasn't reached out to his kids or somebody's kids or whoever he's talking about, but I feel lyrically this is the most insightful of the album. So that is my number 1 pick off of this album. I think if I was going to hand you this would be where I would start. Now, let's talk about lyrics. This is the most lyrically honest album I think that Drake has done. And that's just me. Some of you out there may disagree, or some of you may say that I'm off center on this, but I feel like, and I've read some criticism of it, but I tend to not do that, this is his most insightful album to date. Now, my overall on this for my jam scale from 1 to 5. And this may surprise you because usually I roll with a 4 or a 5, but I have to give this album a 3. And the only reason I give it a 3, it's not the lyrics, it's not the music. That stuff sounds great, but for me, it's the flow of the album. I feel like sometimes it feels like the track should have been in a different order. It sonically, it doesn't vary a lot. It's got his style to it. I respect that. I respect that as an artist. I respect him as an artist. But just for the overall flow of the album, it doesn't flow the way that I prefer. And that's just me. If you go back and listen to some of the classic albums that I really enjoy, like The Chronic or Doggy Style or All Eyes on Me, each song flowed. Each song had meaning and built to the next song until the album was over. And I think that they attempted to do that here, but it just doesn't flow for me. So there you go. Like I said, subscribe, comment below. Let me know what you think about this album. Let me know what you're jamming. But for me, Drake's Certified Lover Boy, I'm not saying pass on it. I'm just saying listen to it. Find your top tracks off of it. But it's a long listen. And that's nothing wrong with that. But just the flow of it, you're going to find that you're going to hear some repetitive stuff in it. And it gets hard to really let it flow, let it go. So I would say listen to this in sections, break it up while you're doing some stuff around the house, whatever. It's good in the car, like I said, but for me, the overall flow of it is just not there. So as always, stay safe and remember that music is love and love is music. Until next time.